The Ford Mustang GTD isn't just any ordinary Mustang, and today we're going to find out why. After checking it out at the reveal, and last year announcing that it's joining my garage in future, this is the first time that we're experiencing what it's all about. Welcome to the Goodwood Festival of Speed, where this mean machine is tackling the famous hill climb, and I'm jumping on board to experience what makes it stand out. Behind the wheel is Dirk Muller, Le Mans winner in the Ford GT and recent lap record holder for the GTD at the Nürburgring. Hi guys, I'm Shmee. Hello and welcome back to the channel. It's time finally to talk about the Ford Mustang GTD, a future Shmeemobile. Let's go and experience what it's like. Let's go. This isn't your average Mustang, it's the GTD, a street-legal monster built with racing in its blood. Developed with everything that Ford learned from endurance racing and packing it into the new supercar that in some ways is the successor to the Ford GT, which proudly sits as my favourite of the Shmeemobiles. Here it is then, GTD in person. It is wide, it is aggressive. Look at the aero and the design on this thing. We've seen it before, we've taken a walk around before, and it still amazes me when you see this in person. Under the hood, you have the 826 PS, 815 brake horsepower, 5.2 litre supercharged V8. That drives the rear wheels through the 7-speed dual clutch transmission. But a big part of this is the mad aero. The rear wing with DRS is mounted with these swan arms out of the rear deck lid, the window, the onboard suspension that sits in here. The development work by Multimatic, adjustable ride height. We're going to be hearing it in a second. We're going to be learning all about this. This exact car, though, is that record car. The car that broke the Nürburgring Nordschleife record for one of these, 6 minutes and 52 seconds, with the man lurking right behind at the wheel, who we're going to be catching up with in just a moment. Of course, it is a prototype, a pre-production car, so it's fitted with the full bucket seats that you see in here, but nonetheless, my first taster coming right up of Mustang GTD here in the supercar paddock, with the noises of all of the cars getting started, everybody getting ready. So as well as that 826 PS, you also have 900 newton meters of torque, 664 foot-pounds, or pounds-foot of torque as well. It makes an absolute racket, and it's fitted with Cup 2R tyres, the Michelin super sticky rubber that you find on cars most at home out on the racetrack. So many things to learn about it. We'll be chatting with Dirk in just a moment to understand all about this once we're out on the hill climb. It's early in the morning today, first run, but it is seriously busy. Go past Valhalla, all the epic cars. So Dirk will join when we get, I think, round to the start a bit.
Yes, he will, yeah. He'll meet us down in the collection area.
Amazing. What a paddock. Enjoying this year as much as ever?
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Every year is different, and yeah, it just gets more fun. It really does, especially with the GTD as well. It's amazing.
I can imagine. It's one of the loudest cars in a paddock of otherwise very quiet machinery. It's fun to bring a slice of America over here. So, well, I say other than like the Huayra R and that silly stuff. Yeah, that's what we like. How do you find the take-up for people here? What do they say? Is there kind of massive intrigue about what it is? And
yeah, and like people walk past and it's like, oh, is it Mustang? And then we sort of tell them what this car is, obviously the Nürburgring effort car, and they're just amazed. They're amazed to actually see the car here. It's like, you get different type of people that know the car and they're really fanatic about it, and then people that don't actually know.
Yeah, and then
you obviously explain to them, and yeah, it's really, really cool.
And you point to the fact there's some onboard dampers back there and explain a little bit.
Yeah.
And major wow factor moments.
That's the thing, we can talk for hours. It's about the technology and the engineering gone into this car, which makes it so special. So yeah, it's just amazing.
Really cool. It is pandemonium here, so busy, but we're in the collecting area. You've got all of the cars, the Ferraris, Praga, Lamborghinis, Corvette E-Ray is now right-hand drive. We've got the Astons, Vanquish Volante, the new Vantage S, and then you have this, which has so much presence. The front end is seriously aggressive. In fact, the car sits wider than basically any other road-going supercar. They developed the GT3 and the GTD car kind of in sync, so you have all of this race pedigree in terms of the experience from the World Endurance Championship, the engine, the powertrain, the aerodynamics, and it is massive. Now, it's wearing the performance package, so you get all of the additional aero. The carbon series will have more carbon fiber components. The engine, that V8 that I'm very familiar with in one of its previous iterations in the GT500, now making 100 RPM more than ever before at 7,650, and it's just an absolute menace. I mean, the picnic table of a wing at the back that you see from here. Everything about this car is ludicrous. The body shape and lines. Come round to the side. It's pretty noisy on the hill climb. The way it cuts in because of how wide these arches are and how open all the aero and the louvres are here. There's not been anything like this. More aero for the intakes and the cooling around here, and then the wing with its DRS that has the actuators inside the arms to flap it up and obviously increase the top speed, 202 miles an hour, which makes it the fastest Mustang ever and the second fastest Ford after the Ford GT, which of course I also experienced an onboard ride for the first time ever here at Goodwood as well. The boot doesn't actually open. There's no storage space back here because the suspension is inside. It is more about housing that, not housing luggage. So it's a very different Mustang to what we're used to. In a moment we're going, and as you can tell, I am seriously excited right now. Cold start. Right, I'm gonna squeeze in. Right, here we are, inside. Whew, ready to move forwards. Comes out of nowhere, doesn't it?
Yeah, it certainly does.
So many amazing cars all around. Go past the Camaras, and the Valkyrie should be somewhere because the Astons are all going to group in front of us right now. This is one of my favourite moments. All the cars. We've got the Huayra R Evo Roadster, Koenigsegg Sedan Spear, CC850, the GT3, Singer. We have Camara, Porsche, all of the very best cars in the world. Utopia Roadster, Karma Kamea, Bentley Batur Convertible, Conti GT, Bentley Bacala, the Maserati MC Extrema, MC20 GT2 Stradale, Gran Cabrio, it just goes on. Roma Spider, Ferrari F80, Roma Coupe 296 GTS, Dodici Cilindri, SF90XX Spider Hyper Club, Daytona SP3, FXXK Evo, the Lamborghinis, you've got the Temerario and Revuelto, and then all of the Astons, Corvette E-Ray, Vantage S, DB12 Vanquish, Valhalla, Valkyrie, and we're in the GTD. And there are even more cars. It is quite frankly insane, but hey, can't complain about this one. I didn't even spot the 499p Modificata coming past. Very cool road, well not road going, but the customer version of the Le Mans 3 times in a row winner. I've hopped out for a moment just to savor this opportunity. We've got Spectre, Bohema, Evija, Cessna, 499p. It's going to be time to go in just a moment, but in the meantime, looking at all the cars here, looking at everything, taking it in. It's the Nevera R at the back behind the Sesto. Looking forward to finding out more about the V8 and Temerario. Before it's time to go then, Dirk, how are you?
Yeah, doing really good. Being in Goodwood is lovely. Seeing you is always a pleasure. And yeah, I mean, see, look at this. The car earned the Nürburgring sticker. It's actually the Nürburgring track record car.
Which is super cool. So obviously, I think we first spoke during the GT program. You're one of the men at the wheel in 2016, and the whole story and everything. You've been involved in this from the beginning of it, right? Through the...
I wouldn't say from the beginning. I was involved once, like the cars have reached a certain car build, but I drove the car first in Sebring, which is like the same I did with the Ford GT. I mean, okay, it was the race car, but yeah, I drove the GTD for the first time in Sebring, which was kind of nice. And then after that, we went to the Nordschleife and used the industry pool to get ready for the record attempt.
So when you do that, kind of what number of laps have you driven before? Can you talk about that? Is it?
Well, I'd say like, so we did some tuning, definitely tuning, which helped the whole program. So my handwriting is in the tires, in you know, in the damper clicks. The adaptive damping from Multimatic is something you will figure out. It's very unique because it's only the second car where the adaptive drive is being active. It's the Ferrari SUV and the Mustang GTD. Yeah. It's a very different, like, you know, control, and it's, you know, it's intelligent, it's adaptive, so you will see. The 50-50 weight distribution just makes it really drive nice, and like, you know, the pedal feel is really tremendous. It's always the same. It's having an eye booster, so that makes it quite racy, to be honest. And yeah, I mean the sheer power is amazing. Is
I
amazing.
think a lot of people don't understand the car because it's not a normal Mustang, right? Engine's up front, but it's transaxle, the gearbox is in the back. You mentioned weight distribution just then.
Yeah, 50.
The whole ethos is to have developed it with the race cars, to have the GT3, to have all the other racing programs.
Yeah, well, this all happens if you have Larry involved, right? Larry Holt, and he's like, okay, you know what? We wine it, you know, we make it just like the best Mustang on steroids, and I think that really happened. I mean, I really enjoy driving it, and you will see you're gonna enjoy it as well.
I look forward to it. I like that you've got a smile on your face before you get back in the car. I'm looking forward to experiencing this one. Well, in a moment, I think all the cars will get started. We'll get back in the car. It'll be time to go. You must have driven here a lot of times.
Well, you see, it's not too many times. Last time I've been here was in 16.
Okay, wow.
With the Ford GT, so it's been a while.
9 years.
Because it's always clashing with something.
Well, this is where I say, watch for the wall. I have to do my harnesses in a moment. I've got to wait because I've got to put something in behind me. So a launch control off the line.
Launch control off the line. We are starting with 3,000 RPM only.
Okay.
It's too much power in order to get the the power
On
down.
cold tires, it's one of the problems with the Goodwood layout, isn't it? You can't get the heat.
Keep you in the shade, that's all.
That's appreciated. The sound is immense. So this is going to be an out-and-out performance run.
Yeah, just to see. I mean, not a 10/10s, but I hope you will be impressed.
I'm looking forward. I'm quite excited right now. There's a lot of anticipation for this. So the Valkyrie shoots off ahead. We roll up to the start line. Get ready for a wild experience. Sound of the shifts. God, that's quick. That's really fast in gear acceleration. The sound is insane, and it's way faster than I've given it credit for. This is pulling really hard up to that red line, and the gearbox is sublime. Across the line at about 185 kilometers an hour. Epic. Low 50s. That was cool.
That was cool.
It pulls so much harder than the GT500.
It is. The engine is really solid. I mean, the supercharged. The engine is like almost 1,000 horsepower. Don't get me wrong, but it eats a bit like what the supercharger does, right? So it's down to 820 horsepower.
But how do I say it? You know that feeling of when you have a familiarity with a car, a sound, you know?
Yeah.
So I know how the GT500 feels and works well. I've done 15,000 miles with mine. But here, it has so much more. Not a little bit more.
It's a beast, isn't it?
On paper, it's only 75 horsepower more, 65, but in reality, it's loads more. Yeah, that was really cool. Thank you so much for the ride. What an experience. And I mean, must be proud working on this, racing with these, driving with these.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, absolutely. Now it pops up.
Yep, just like the GT.
Just like the GT, but I mean the adaptive drive. You saw the platform control it has, like it's always kind of active and it tries to really compensate on what's doing. So that's really cool.
Makes
53.6 on the first run in the morning. It's not too bad. Like
Fantastic.
I think yesterday I did a 52.9 with a passenger. So, but on my third run.
I'm sorry for being the passenger that holds you back a touch.
No, that's all right.
Thank you for the run. Thank you for today.
Thank you.
Really
Thank you.
cool.
I hope you enjoyed it.
You bet, you bet. It would be criminal not to go for a little walk around of the world's best chaotic car park arrangement. I mean, where will you see Bolide, Nevera R, Sesto, Valhalla and Praga in one shot like that? Not a normal thing. And that's just the start, because if you carry on down this way, it just goes on. I mean, we've got Valhalla behind that, we've got Daytona SP3, FXXK, just all of the best cars in the world lined up. Oh, and Parker, Vehicle Virgins.
How is the car?
Amazing.
The acceleration in the Nevera is horrifying.
I know, I can imagine. We'll catch up on it in a bit. Oh, Aurora came in. Everybody's here, the drivers, passengers, names and faces you no doubt know. Aurora pulled in back there, and yeah, MC Extreme. I mean, it's just a bit of a dream, really. Bolide is utterly wild. The V12 just sounds insane, and then T33 following behind. So cool. And T50S Nicky Lauda. Hear that coming a million miles away. Well, they put it far end, I think. Look at them. They're really small as well. The footprint of this car is tiny, absolutely tiny. Very different to the footprint of this beast. I mean, it's got so much presence. Serious animal. I don't really know how better to describe it. And impressively fast. I mean, when you're wearing Cup 2Rs, they take time to get heat into them. I can tell you from my own experience. Obviously with Dirk at the wheel and doing a few little burnouts to get heat into those rears before the start line helps, but not an easy feat. It'll be easier as the day goes by and there's more temperature and more grip, but impressive is all I can say. Obviously the hood vents won't be that open on the production cars, which we're going to see very soon, by the way. I can say that is coming on the channel, first drive, before you know it. Right, we best get back in here. It's time to go. Hi there. Lid out the way. We swing in, get ready for the downward voyage. There are worse traffic jams.
We're doing it the Italian way.
Yeah, that was very Italian, straight through, but it worked. It was perfect. It was the right move. Go back down. Time the reverse run. Gosh, I love all of the, you know, even the details like the rotary selector and the paddles.
Yeah,
this titanium from. Recycled titanium from a fighter jet.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
It's just cool. It's arguably pointless, but it's cool.
So in the beginning it was kind of tough for me because like we weren't allowed to show this, right? So we had it covered. Yeah. But for the industry pool, I was going to Pflanzgarten 1 to enter there because that makes the user already like a little bit of the track on the Nordschleife. And I mean, obviously, like you know, people are there, and once you show up with a car like this, it just doesn't take long before people really arrive, and
the cameras are all over it.
Cameras are all over it, so we had it all covered. So I had to be like undercover and then turn the dial.
I guess you know it well from the GT, though. You're familiar with the setup and how it fits. Does the car have any different modes or things relative to the GT, or it's a similar type of setup, sport, track?
You have a lot of like same engineers on the car. That's why you probably see similarities of it.
Is the DRS automated?
The DRS is automated.
Is there a button like an override, or is it kind of
no?
When you're flat on the throttle?
Actually, I didn't override it also for the Nordschleife, so we let it really work for us.
So good. You can listen to the sound of the V8 all day. The shifts are even more aggressive than the GT500's gearbox.
Yeah.
But it's an evolution of the 7-speed PCT, isn't it?
It's a joint adventure. Gearbox guys were really happy that we were spending the time on the Nordschleife, like brake calibration, gearbox calibration, all that kind of stuff we worked on there.
So when you do a run like that record run on the Nordschleife, obviously you've done a lot of testing, you've done a lot of prep, I'm sure you've done a lot of simulator driving as well. What else goes into it?
For the final attack, simulator really helped me pick up time, just because you don't really have the time to, you know, just go around, because
You can't just drive and drive and drive and drive and drive.
you clearly don't have time to get the car on track there.
It's busy here today at Goodwood. Unsurprisingly though, when there are cars like this around, right? So
Yep, the people love it.
what's kind of next for GTD? It's production cars I know have started being built. It's any more involvement for you, more track driving, or?
No, for me that's it pretty much. I mean, we had some filming with Max Verstappen going on like a few weeks ago, which
Cool.
is kind of cool.
So how foot flat do you have to be for the DRS to open?
So it's different in highway mode than in track mode.
Got it.
In track mode, you obviously, if you step on the brake, it closes. You need to be wide open to make it open. Then there's like safety features, lateral G. Like that was a tricky part for me. Once we were really going for lap time, out of Bergwerk, Castleton, all of a sudden was so much faster.
Yeah.
And I had to do it flat, which wasn't easy, but I did it flat because I just wanted DRS to be open.
Yeah.
Because if I had a lift, it would have closed on me.
Yeah.
And
Significantly more than just a lift. at that
and then you
point.
go all the way up the hill, and you don't want to, you know, miss that opportunity to get the lap time there. And then, but if you're pulling too high Gs, then it would close on you as well. So I had to be like super precise on the steering.
Yeah.
But at the same time staying flat, and that was it was kind of tricky. I was like actually watching DRS going through Castleton, but at the same time you were like on the verge, on the curve left. You were like finding every millimeter at the exit. The whole car, you know that track well.
Yeah.
The whole car there is like so tensed, but pretty cool.
Really cool experience. It is funny, the chaos trying to get back. The paddocks are so full today. It's packed. What a fantastic experience. Thank you very much for today. Absolutely love this.
There you have Larry.
Oh yeah. Larry's here to check if his baby's back safe.
That's the most pressure.
Yeah, always. Thank you very much for that ride. That was incredible.
That was a pleasure.
Larry, hi. How are you?
I'm good.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, a man who knows a thing or two about driving it. Can I ask you a few questions quickly?
Yeah, go
about
ahead.
the car? Like GTD, obviously I'm a lucky future customer and lucky GT owner as well, and this thing is a huge step up from GT500, obviously in terms of my experience of a Mustang.
Yeah. You got one, right? You got a
I've got a GT500 as
yeah,
well,
yeah.
exactly. I guess I'm a bit of a Ford addict.
You went on that rally thing with it.
I've done a few rallies with it. I had the GT out for the Ford GT Owners Rally last year in Arizona, which was amazing fun. But we got to talk about this.
Yeah.
The program begins, right? Road car, race car. You're kind of doing it all at the same time. Aero, powertrain. Like, what are you thinking? What's the goal? Like at the start when the project begins?
I think that when we all sat around the table in Dearborn and talked about it, the idea was we were doing this GT3 car, and what's the next? What are we going to do after GT? And the idea came that we should. We'll get into detail in a minute. I mean, it's not much race car under there, but in the end, the idea was we've got this race car. We're generating all kinds of attention around GT3 Mustang coming back to racing in a big way, and we should try and celebrate that with a road car. So, and we all went, yeah. But the devil's in the details, right? So you can't use, an X-Track, dog box in it, or you can't. There's a lot of things you can't do. So relates the way the rear wing stanchions are mounted. If you look on the GT3 car, they're the same as this.
Yeah.
They're exactly the same. But it's fixed aero, and this is obviously got DRS and stuff. It has a transaxle like the GT3 car, but it's a DCT, 8-speed DCT trimming gearbox, and then to get the power for the weight of the car and sort of have the same kind of performance, say, as a GT3 race car, which is way lighter. We had to go with, it's a different motor, supercharged, 820 horsepower.
Yeah. It's a
and then
monster.
when you put all that together, it sort of has like unbelievable dynamic performance.
Yeah.
Very different than the way the race car actually does it, but a lot of it does look and feel like the way we did the GT3 car. We were pretty honest with that.
I'll say, obviously, similarly to the Ford GT, it has adjustable ride height, but it's done in a new way with the dampers, isn't it now?
That whole dual ride height thing that's a Larry Holt trick. I had a patent on the original way, and that came easy because it's got a torsion bar and a coil spring in the GT, and the primary springing media is a torsion bar, which allowed me on the race car to use a torsion bar. So a lot of people looked under the front of the Ford GT and went, "That's an LMP2 car," but it is on the road car. The road car is like an LMP2 car, right? So it had torsion bars. So just by putting a small coil spring in series with the torsion bar, we got a softer rate, and then you can lock out the coil spring, and it becomes just a torsion bar car. We can't do that on a Mustang. It's a corner, the spring and dampers on the corners, right? Well, at the front it is. Yeah. So what we did there is we just made a strut with 2 coil springs with a floating perch between them, so that when you have 2 springs in series, it's much softer than either of the normal springs. And that's what you've got in high ride height. And then you actuate the hydraulic pull down, and that floating perch pulls down, locks out the lower spring, drops the ride height, and makes it stiffer by over 2 times.
Which is quite amazing. It's 2 completely different characters.
That's the thing. So when it's up, I think it's quite a pleasant car. Put a lot of miles on them on the street, and it's not like a dark horse is a bit more forgiving, but this thing's pretty forgiving in the high ride height and the soft spring. But when you pull it down, it's a race car. It's a race car. And then I couldn't fit that in the back in the normal place. So I had to put it inboard, which was just we had to do that.
But it's cool things like having this inboard that these days gives a bit more character and emotion to the car beyond even the driving dynamics.
Jim Farley saw it the first time. He goes, "Oh, that's really cool, Larry. That's a great thing. You know what we should do? Just put a window in there."
Yeah.
So, and you know me, I'm all about just function. I went, I don't know. And now we've done it.
It's cool.
I think it's really cool. Yeah.
It's cool. Well, thank you for making such an epic car.
No, and thanks for being so good at what you do.
It's an absolute pleasure. I appreciate it. Thank you. A huge thanks to Dirk, to Larry, to the team at Ford and Multimatic for the opportunity to experience this. Needless to say, I am very excited about the future Shmeemobile. There's lots to come about specs and options, timelines, all of that. So stay tuned, be subscribed for an update in the very near future. If you like videos like this though, check out the one right over there. But that's it for this time, and I shall see you again very soon. Cheers.